Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diva of Days of Our Lives. Tonight we'll be discussing this past week's show. Make sure you check out all our shows here on Blogtalk Radio. This is our 453rd. We have all our shows and our latest our interviews with everyone, and our latest one was with Teo Penglis and Leanne Hunley, so that was a few weeks ago, so give that a listen. So, and you can also find us on Facebook. And we're also on Twitter and on iTunes. I'm Marianne, and you can find me at mama _hooch. And we also have Jen here with us. Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm at REXJDK at Twitter.
And we have Anna. Hi, Anna.
Hello there. You can find me at Kazi Hooch on Twitter.
Okay, and I think the Diva Carrie should be calling in, but she's at Diva of Dool on Twitter. And we also have at Bob Hapka and at Amy Hapka, and also at Teo Penglis, at Lauren Coslow, and at Tripp USA, who is Ian Buchanan. So, has everybody got a chance to watch the show? I know Jen did. I don't know. Anna, did you get to watch some of it, most of it?
Yes. Now, my one question, though, I didn't ever look online, was Wednesdays preempted completely, or was there an online episode? Or was it just 4 episodes?
No, that was
this week?
Yeah, I think that was preempted completely, from what I understand. Okay. Yeah, because I went to On Demand, and I don't think it was there. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make
sure. So I think we just had...
Like, oh, crap, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, because I went On Demand, and I think it was...
excellent. It was like 3 out of 4 days Kate was on, so I was happy. Yeah,
she's involved in a lot of the storylines. Yeah, maybe we would start with Kate. One I really enjoyed was Kate and Tony. It was great to see them in scenes together. Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! That was a treat. Oh my goodness!
I like when you. It was a treat when.
Let me just say congratulations and wishing congratulations to Lauren Coslow on 25 years on Days of Our Lives.
Wow.
And therefore, and they mentioned Kate, being 25 years ago she came. But I personally thought it was really super cool that the writers wrote that in. I was
it's part of their conversation,
honestly, because because they included things from. They talked about it specifically on Thursday, but on Friday even, I felt like they, without making it like an episode within an episode about her character, they did refer a lot, and we can get into that in a minute, but they did refer a lot to the history of the character when she was talking with various other characters. So I was just in hog heaven, and I really want to thank the writers, and I don't know if Angela ever listens to the podcast anymore, but if she's listening, yes, Richard Cooliton did write the Thursday and Friday episodes, which I thought were outstanding, and they were also two of the best Kate episodes in a long time. So anyway, I just wanted to give him a shout-out, even though he probably doesn't care or doesn't listen to these. But I just
and I would say
he and Carolyn have the most history with the show, and I thought it was great that they gave him those episodes to write, or maybe I don't know how they doled them out, but I'm sure it was very much intentional that he or Carolyn would have been the ones to write those. And I just thought it was really cool that they got one of my favorite script writers to do them, and that B, he was able to incorporate a lot of history, and that I got a shout out to Ron because sometimes I'm critical of his writing, or storylines, but I have to say I was really pleased that they decided to really honor Lauren via Kate. So thank you to all.
Right. Okay, and I would say that, I was going to say when you were talking about them, the ones, Richard Cooliton and that wrote those, I would say that the Thursday and the Friday episodes are the ones that stand out.
Absolutely.
You know, more so than
Absolutely.
So
all
those
over.
were the best
even,
ones.
Even with the Gwen stuff, the Gwen and Jack and all that. Yeah, I would say there's
because
some
that
Emmy
brought that to a
there's
head.
some Emmy. Yeah. There's some Emmy material in there somewhere between those 2 episodes, I think, especially Fridays for that.
And it was, and that's
you know,
we had Tony and Anna on, and Kate. I mean, and Lauren. So all that together in those last 2 days.
What did you not love about this week, Jen? How do you feel about it? I mean, did you feel? I'm running my mouth, but like, what did you think in terms of that?
The only part of this week I really did not care for. I'm sorry, the Henry and the Allie. It's getting on my nerves. It's dragging on too long.
Distraction. Didn't that almost feel like a distraction with all the other stuff going on?
Yep.
And I normally like that. And
it was like
I'm one
filler
that
or
actually
something.
likes. Yes, I'm one that has actually really loved that storyline, crazy as it is. I've really enjoyed it. It's actually gotten me really engaged again with the show. But aside from Kate's stuff, of course, which I always love, and Teo and Leanne. But but I felt like every time they went to those scenes, and no offense to the actors or anything or even the writing, but it was kind of like, oh, you totally had to stick that in because the rest of the show is so phenomenal that we would like have a heart attack if we didn't have a break from it or something, you know? Like you said, filler, is that what you said, Marianne? Or
kind of like they filled those scenes. You mean the scenes with Ben and Allie?
It was almost like it was almost like, you know, when something's so good and intense, you need a break from it, but instead of commercial, they put those scenes in there.
Yeah.
Because
like to make you wanting more. For maybe that's the way.
Yeah, like come on, let's get back to the other, and you know, it's just So I thought, definitely.
So some of the
I mean, nothing
back to
against
some of the best
line,
scenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the best. Back to the best scenes was Lauren and Teo. It's Tony and Kate, or was it Andre? Because there. I don't know, but Teo was playing it. I know what he was doing. Yeah, I knew what he was nice because I could tell he was playing it both ways because there was that flirting with Kate.
Yes, he was definitely flirting. Woo!
And I'm thinking, oh my God, Tony, if Anna would have walked in on you, what you were saying to Kate and the way he was saying it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because even Kate made that reference. She says, don't let Anna hear that. You know, when he was complimenting Kate.
It wasn't lost on her. It wasn't lost on her either. Yeah.
No. Yeah, because she was kind of surprised.
I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
But
So I like that whole. But
she even mentioned that he was talking about something that supposedly he was not in town for. He was supposed to be on the island.
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he said about. Then he did say something about, well, what do I know? I was on the island or something. He did.
Yeah.
You know, say that.
Right.
But,
right.
Well, what would I know? But I guess he was talking to her like what he sees now. He said about her. You know how she holds her own and what he admires about her. And I was like, all these compliments. I'm there. Whoa. Okay.
I'm like, okay, there's several rooms upstairs, guys. Go for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say. Maybe we're going to get Andre backers. But it's nice that, and guess what? In all the chat rooms and stuff and in the groups, people are saying, I bet that's Andre. Do you think they're going to make him Andre now? Because the other, how other people, and it wasn't just us. I mean, everybody caught, caught that. So, and I love how Teo does that.
Yeah,
because he can set up the writers for what they want to do. If they want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or if they want to do it,
But the cool thing, too, was the dialogue was there as well. So they chose to play it that way, but they made some choices as actors, which we loved. But also the dialogue was there, even if they hadn't, to where you could kind of be like, But then the fact that they played it up, like, was really juicy. That was really good.
Or did they
went
do
back
that
to
on
Kate's,
his own?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, he takes the words. I mean, he didn't change any of the. I mean, that was written for him as Tony.
Right.
But I think it was just the way he played it, kind of. And if you watch him, like how we have over the years.
Yeah. What he did in the 90s. Oh my God, that was like I had never even, like, seen Tony before that, like, stint in the 90s. But when he was exiting, I knew that was not Tony. I mean,
exiting.
it was just so un-Tony, like, in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
When he set John up to take the rap for killing him.
Oh, okay.
Just some of the stuff he was
I didn't
doing.
watch that, but yeah.
It was not Tony. It was definitely Andre.
Andre. Yeah,
that man.
Just little,
and I just love
little things that
I
know.
Yeah.
I bet he and Lauren really enjoyed that.
Right, yeah. And I like how they did the history of Kate. They showed a clip of her when she first come on the boat.
With the
she's
fish.
chopping the fish. Yeah. Like
that was Lauren's first day of work. Can you imagine that being your first day? I think I would have walked out of there because I am like such a fishaphobe. I would have been like, oh, this is my first day. Forget it. I'm out of here.
And I've always said on days.
No pun intended.
That's the best Yeah, that's the best recast.
Best recast ever.
On days.
Absolutely.
Ever.
That's
so,
a great.
I mean, they've been recasting since then, but yeah, still the best recast of a character. So, yeah.
I agree.
So there were some other, and of course Tony was warning her about Jake. That, what happens if he comes, there might be somebody younger comes along and different things. So I don't know. That's kind of what was happening. And also,
I just love a Jake, though. I think he's just I love the way Brandon's playing him because I just think he's adorable. I mean, I really do.
Oh, I like the Jake character. It's a whole different take on, like, Stefan, on how he portrays Stefan.
It really shows you how talented he is as an actor, kind of like Teo with the two characters, yeah.
Which is why I like the whole thing with Tony when he found out Chad resigned and they appointed Jake. He was a little upset.
Oh, he was pissed.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
Without consulting me,
hello?
like maybe I should take the reins. Like probably, I should maybe get back into it. Maybe I should take the reins temporarily. And
I loved what
Kate told him no.
That I love that Bernie meme that he tweeted.
Oh yes. Oh yes, that was priceless.
About the DiMera family or something about the DiMera family.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
Yeah, Bernie's been talking to Stefano, and he said, what the hell happened to my family? Which is so true. What did happen? We all want to know what happened to the DiMeras. Every time something happens, they feel they have to bring in a new DiMera. Starting with Chad, then Stefan,
got plenty of old
then
ones
Jake,
that we like.
EJ, like from EJ on down. EJ, Chad, Stefan, and Jake. There's been 4 of them, and you've had Tony all along, or Andre.
Yep.
Pick one of them. And he's the one that should be in charge. But anyway, Tony kind of played that like, I should be in charge.
Yeah.
I should take the reins.
Yeah.
And he says, what? He says, what? Weren't Mo, Larry, and Curly not available?
Yep.
Like they had to put this other stooge in there.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That line was just funny. Yeah. So that was kind of a nod to like, I know I even tweeted to Ron in that. I said, Tony's right. Why isn't he in there? So I don't know what good that does, but anyway, so I thought that was kind of was a nod to to the history of that Tony should be in there. But anyway, those were good scenes between Kate and Tony. It made you think of and made you remember the Condre days. Condre. So I don't know.
And how we got robbed.
I've seen people saying that they would love to see Andre come back and like Andre and Kate and Tony and Anna take over DiMera. That would be that would be fun. That would be fun to see. I've always thought that would be fun.
Yeah, and throw Roman in the mix.
I don't know. So I don't know because I have a feeling Kate's going to need somebody. We've got to bring Andre back for her because you know where this is going. You can see Gabi's back. So that was another
that was
Kate
really
scenes
tacky
we had.
That was really tacky the way they wrote for Gabi. I thought that was almost gross. Really, I mean, like, come on. doesn't she have any pride? I mean, like, I just thought that was really
Gabi? I don't think so.
But, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess not.
Not the way Gabi's become. No. That would be something, Gabi.
True.
I think something. You mean how she went in and went after Jake right away? Well, didn't she come in with a proposal to get Gabi's sheep back?
Mm-hmm.
She came in to get Gabi's sheep back for DiMera. But, of course, she wants him, too. So she was all over him.
What was really... I love, though, how Kate didn't let, like at first you're thinking, oh, crap. But I loved how, now, I know it's probably going to happen, down the road, but I loved how he just, like, publicly was like, shoves Gabi to the side. He's like, nope, I'm with her. Like, I just love that. I love that he didn't diminish Kate or didn't look at her like less than or whatever. I love that.
Did you like what he said? It's not what it seems. She said, oh, yeah, you're going to use that line? Like that?
Right.
It's not what it seems. That's what they all say. Yeah.
Yep.
So but he was telling Gabi, Kate's the one he wants. Telling Gabi,
And were you guys sitting on the edge of your seat when Gabi was going on and on about Kate's history, which I knew they were doing that as a tribute to the character, but it still pissed me off because I was like, oh wait, sister, you killed your ex-husband and threw him in the river to die. And I'm so glad that Kate
then Kate gave it right back to her.
I know.
It was funny how they were giving each other's history.
Oh, yeah. And Jake is probably sitting here thinking, these are my two choices.
These are your choices. Well, actually, when Kate said to Gabi, you killed your husband, threw him in the river, and Gabi says, well, you helped me. He says, well, you helped. Then she said, with the brownies, they brought the whole brownie thing up, and, of course, they even brought the whole Lucas thing up with the fire.
Yeah, they went all the way back to
Lucas
the
was in there.
They went back to the fire poker and burning down the house and the whole bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They did a lot of fun. I mean, they pulled a lot of things. Oh, it was fun. But I am very glad that Kate was able to, that they had Kate come back on her, like, well, back it on up, sister. You have no room to talk.
Oh, yeah. They went through all Gabi's history, too. What she did. So, yeah. Actually, they could do that to any day's character. Any of them. They've all.
That's true.
Yeah, that would be interesting someday to go back through the history of every character. This is what they did.
But I really think, I really appreciate that Richard Coulton, or Carolyn's also great. His wife, the husband-wife team, they're great. But I'm so glad it was one of the Coultons. Richard just did a fantastic job with the history and with the dialogue. So, great job. Yes, definitely. But yeah.
Anything more with the Kate scenes? Anything we can? I think she was in those scenes with
I'm trying to think. Earlier
with Teo, and then with
on Tuesday she was in some scenes with Jake. I loved how they were sitting on the couch, and now that they're public about their relationship, at one point she just put her head on his shoulder while they were sitting on the couch. I was like, oh, I love it, so cute. Anyway, so. Oh, and how she was helping, like, you can, like, at first he thought she was, when she first found out that he was going to be taking over DiMera, she was like, oh, well, great. And he's like, well, thanks for the vote of confidence. And she's like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, and then she, like, started coaching him on things. And I thought that was really cool. Like, she's trying to help him. She's like, well, I once ran DiMera. I know quite a bit about it. I can help you. So I thought that was neat.
Yeah.
And but I like that they like try to sneak in with a few little PDAs and stuff, but they're not. I love it that they're not sneaking around. And he made some line about, or she's like, well, and boy, didn't I make out with, like, now I'm dating the head of DiMera or whatever, kind of teasing. Didn't he say something like, but you accepted me when I was nothing, and she said, and I was so glad, the writers of this, she said, you were never nothing, like you had a lot, you have, like, you already had a lot going for you, and were an important, had an important job and have important talents, and, like, it's not just because he's now the CEO. Like, I love that.
I bet he has talents.
I'll bet he does too. I bet he does too.
Yeah, we know it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, definitely. And then something like, didn't she make some comment? Or who made the comment about go in the back door or something? I know. She said something. She was trying to explain to him something like, watch it. Wasn't she trying to explain, like, watch out for the DiMeras, that they're like sharks, and she's like something about you can go in the back door or something. He goes, oh, this is getting more interesting. So you're like, totally. His mind went to the gutter immediately, but I thought that was cute. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll stop my giddiness now.
All right, so now we can go into I want to see everybody's thoughts on the whole Gwen, Jack thing. So we got the whole thing coming out. Gwen put in the intruder. About the whole scandal thing. So that's all upsetting.
Chad, yeah.
So and they just Jack and Jen just can't. Jen can't understand what the heck. Why does she hate us so much? Why is she trying? So they decide they're going to go over and confront her. And then in the meantime, Chad's remembering that. Remember Dr. Rolf, how easily he got away because Gwen was supposed to be guarding him. So he remembered that. So he went to talk to Dr. Rolf. So Dr. Rolf then explains to Chad everything that happened and told him that Gwen was the one that poisoned Abby. And all along they thought it was Gabi. So Chad goes to tell Abby the truth, and then we see we're going back and forth, showing Chad telling Abby and Gwen telling Jack and Jen that supposedly he slept with this waitress named Tiffany back in Chicago before he even came to Salem, and fathered Gwen. She says, "I'm your daughter. I'm your daughter too." Which Jack has no memory of this, doesn't remember this waitress. But then she said that they came to Salem when she was a little girl, and he wanted nothing to do with them. And all along, somebody was paying her mother. Mm-hmm. And then when her mother died, these payments stopped. And then she was sent away to live with a friend of her mother's in England. Right, in England. But they had moved to England in the meantime. Right.
Yeah,
she said like a Dickinson upbringing.
Dickinsonian or something like
Dickinsonian, upbringing.
I will say this right now, and I say what you will about Gwen, everything. I personally thought Emily O'Brien did an amazing job. I personally thought it was an Emmy.
Oh, she did.
Thought it was an Emmy reel. I thought it was an Emmy reel.
She kicked it out. She played on your sympathies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Even though you hated her the way she was.
But then you could all of a sudden everything comes much clearer, and you're like, oh, wow. So these resentments, it's not like it was just over some petty thing from 5 years ago or something. This is her whole life of not having her father and having her mother.
She blamed Jack,
right. Your dad doesn't care about you, and da-da-da-da. And then being
Then she feels Jack knew about her. She thinks Jack knew about her and purposely didn't want anything to do with her. But of course he's saying no. He didn't pay her. He doesn't know anything about it. So it's kind of there's different theories out there. Like we all thought Laura was going to be the mother. No, maybe she still is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone said like with her coming back, maybe she had the baby, gave it up for adoption, gave it to this Tiffany, and paid Tiffany to help raise the daughter and to keep quiet about it. You know what I mean?
That could be.
There still could be another twist. Is what I'm thinking.
Makes sense. Yes.
Or there's another twist that Jack maybe really isn't the father. Now she's supposed to get a DNA, and then there was people saying, oh, maybe it was his father that was paying them off. Now I don't know when. Like Carrie made a point. Well, wasn't Harper dead by then? I don't know, but this was supposed to have happened. So it sounds like Gwen is older than Abby. Because it sounds like this happened before Jack came to Salem, is what Jen had mentioned.
Yeah.
She says, oh, yeah, you lived in Chicago before you moved to Salem. So I would say Gwen is older than Abby. So Gwen, then he came to Salem. So I don't know. Harper would have been, or maybe Harper's the father. but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking maybe it's...
And maybe they're brother and sister instead of...
I'm almost thinking that... Well, I'm almost thinking that it was Laura that gave birth, but I almost think the theory of the Tiffany raised her as like an adoptive mom or something, but also was thinking she was going to get some support or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I think that would be a juicier way to go for sure.
Yeah, but Laura was
a little twisted way.
State back then.
But where was what?
She was in a catatonic state back then.
Jack?
Laura.
Oh, Laura. Oh, yeah. Well, stuff can happen in the mental hospital. You never know.
Yeah, it just has the timelines because everyone's thinking maybe it was when those two when they were together when they didn't know who they were.
Right.
You know, because they did get together.
And they may
so
end up
I don't know.
It'd
be interesting.
Revisionist history or something. I don't know. But it was clear that Jack didn't remember. I was thinking, well, remember how Jack didn't remember anything for a long time? Maybe this is like an area that didn't come back. But I think the better story would be for it to be juicier, to be Laura involved somehow or whatever. I think that would be juicier for sure. But
so that's still going to be.
And also it would fall in line with her having some mental illness issues because even though who can blame her for being completely resentful, she has gone a little bit over the top. You know,
Gwen,
of what most normal resentful people would be. I mean, they might do some of the things that she does, but I think she's carried it a little bit too far to be like a completely normal, mentally healthy person. So it could be that
crazy people in Salem.
Kind of, and you know, So I don't know, but yeah. So I think there's more to this for sure. But I thought it was a great. I was like, after I watched, because I watched them kind of late last night, kind of in the middle of the night, and I was just like, after it was over, I was like, wow. I was just kind of like, wow. You know, like, I mean, I just, and then when they closed the episode with, I think they ended the episode with Gwen on the floor sitting there crying, you know, like, but I just thought she did. I mean, and, you know, that would be pretty, like, I know she's a seasoned actress, but, like, you've got these two actors that have been in daytime forever, plus, you know, theater and everything, you know, like Shakespeare and all this other stuff. And she's playing opposite them, and she's just basically blowing it out of the water. I mean, like, she gave, you could tell that, you know, because you know how you'll hear actors that'll be like, well, it was kind of a strange storyline, but I just gave myself to it and just said, okay, we're rolling with this, and I'm putting everything into it. You know, that she was like a football player who left nothing on the field. She really did do a great job. So I got to compliment her on that, even though the character herself has been pretty reprehensible. I can honestly say that I could almost find her more readable than Abigail a lot of the time. But there again, you know, it's that juxtaposition of she thinks that Abigail has this idyllic life, and that she's Daddy's little girl. I mean, she of course doesn't know all the ins and outs of what Jennifer and Jack went through and all that stuff. But she thinks, you know, she's reading these clippings and thinking her daddy is coming to get her or to save her from this horrible situation.
Oh, yeah, when they moved to Europe.
And then, like, she made the comment, but I didn't go to, like, the best schools and stuff.
Stupid,
you know that Abigail,
she said. Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like she definitely needs to save that for an Emmy reel because I do think that was Emmy worthy. And so anyway. So I don't know. I'm not really on Twitter that much anymore. Did she get a lot? I mean, was there some traction there online or anything that you saw or in the room, in the chat room?
I haven't seen anything about that, but no, I haven't on Twitter. Yeah.
But what was so weird when she said her mother's name, Tiffany, I was like, that doesn't sound familiar for anything. You know, like
no,
that's why
it's a completely different person.
Did you say that somebody in one of the groups came up with that idea or was throwing out that idea about maybe Laura had the baby, but because Jack, it would not be like Jack.
Somebody
like
brought
Abigail
that up.
said,
They said, "Oh,
because like Abigail said, it would not be like my father to just abandon." And then Chad did say, "Well, I mean, he has left your family a few times," but then in his defense, he was dead a few times. But he did.
Yeah, he was
dead. Pursuing
but he did
stories
leave them
and this and that. Yeah. Yes. So.
Tony's been known to do that, but yeah. But Abby made the point was if he knew he had a daughter, she feels that he would never not help her or abandon her, not have anything to do with her. Like if he knew. Yeah. So, and he seems like completely like thrown or clueless. You know, and Jen's believing him. So.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I have no idea what to believe.
It was like he was hit from completely like, and there was no like there was no hint of the character kind of remembering something but not saying anything. He played it completely straight as far as well, I have no idea what you're talking about. So yeah, I there's more to this story. This is I think just another phase of the Umbrella story, which is really cool that they have managed to like parlay this into such a big story. I mean, it's really, and also I'm kind of glad that they wrote, you know, like back in the Dina Higley days where characters would do things because it was plot driven instead of character driven. I feel like, and they do that sometimes even now, but I feel like, you know, most of the time you're like, when there's finally a payoff or there's finally this is why this person did it, you're like, oh, they just did that to set up the next plot or whatever. And this, to me, rang very true to the character and true to what her pent-up emotions would have been, especially if she's not completely mentally healthy, what she dealt with. And, you know, talking about not having enough to eat and food, you know, I mean, all that. And then juxtaposed against her little sister, who's the princess, who's got everything, you know. So I can see why the ire would have been focused on Jack and Abigail. I totally could see that. And I honestly, the more I think about it, I don't think she slept with Chad because the way she was like, "Oh, he was the best ever." And, you know,
I don't think she did either.
I'm sorry.
I think it's going to come up.
He was too drunk to be the best at anything.
See, nobody has said that. Nobody, like Abby says, "Are you sure you were so drunk? Did you really, you know, right?" And even Chad's not even questioning it. He's just believing.
I know.
But
because
he even says,
so
"I have no memory of it," because she's. Yeah. So because Gwen says so, you're all going to believe her? I mean, come on.
Because she's so convincing. She's so manipulative.
Yeah.
She's very good. She's very good at manipulation. But but yeah, I have to say that was by the end of the week, and I think that's why normally I'm really interested in the Allie, Henry, you know, Charlie, whatever, Tripp stuff. I really have enjoyed that storyline. So, but it really did feel like filler. Like they had to throw in a few episodes to give us a break from the roller coaster of the other scenes or something, because I was kind of like, I don't even care. Why are you guys talking? Get back to the good stuff.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. So keep you wanting more.
Yes, that's how intense it was. Yeah. Go ahead.
Then we had Anna and Gwen when she ran into Anna because she was on her way with her suitcase. You know, and Anna thought she was leaving, and Anna puts her foot out, trips her, you know, with her shoe, and she thought she was leaving. She said, "No, I'm just going to Salem Inn." And she said something about, "Why don't you just go slither on back to where you came from?" It's like, you know, and just stay there. So she thought she was leaving town, but she said, "No, I'm only going to the Salem Inn." And that's when she then called Jack, because Gwen was saying, "Just wait, you know, there's going to be worse things happening to them." So and I think that's why she got the call. Jack got the call from Anna to go to the Salem Inn and to talk to. So it was always nice to see Anna. And there was a little bit of scenes of Tony and Anna at the end too, kind of talking about you know, the whole DiMera, going on. You know,
wouldn't it be funny if Tony and Anna were her parents?
Yeah, they need to give Tony. We've always said this. Tony or Andre don't have any, you know, they don't give them kids. They give to everybody else. Stefano's the one who has all the kids. But yeah, That would have been. We were hoping EJ back in the day would have been Tony and Anna's. Would have been more realistic than Stefano and Susan. But yeah. That. Oh, people were thinking Andre. She might be Andre's daughter. Yeah. She looks like she could be a DiMera. So who knows? Maybe something will come out of that. I don't know. No.
Remember, Gwen made some comment about how she noticed that when she first said her last name, that he kind of, like, she said that she noticed that he made had some reaction or something, but I don't know. I don't know. Remember that? She said something.
Jack,
remember the first time? Yeah.
Oh.
When you heard my last name and you kind of looked at me, like, but I don't know. I still don't think. I still don't buy it.
Yeah. I think there's more to come to that story. So, Oh, then we had Tripp. We had more Tripp and Charlie, right? Because I think at the end of last week is when they just came, when they kind of met each other, and more or less Tripp told him Charlie told him the whole story about Ava and his. We got a little bit more of the background of him growing up. Like Ava didn't want anything to do with him. He basically was raised by his father. We found out that the father was his father was a friend or his bodyguard or his confidant of Ava's dad.
Grandfather, yeah.
Is that what it was, Jen? Did you pick that up?
Ava's dad.
Oh, that's right. It's almost, you know what? I wonder if he raped her. Mm-hmm. Because the way she kind of,
I don't know,
like, hates Charlie in a way, it makes you wonder if he actually raped her or forced himself on her.
Right, or with somebody she didn't want to be with. Is what I'm thinking, and that, of course, reminds why she treated Charlie the way she did, and of course
she could have been totally drugged out. And that would also follow the pattern of him forcing himself on somebody too, like father like son or whatever. That's kind of what I thought. I kind of thought maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, because we haven't really heard from Ava saying anything about his father.
Right.
This was Charlie telling Tripp, all about what happened. And you can see Tripp is trying to say, Tripp is the kind of person, he's empathetic, and he's trying to, I guess he is trying to understand, Charlie and trying to, but then we also see Charlie trying to convince Claire, that he didn't do.
Yeah.
That he didn't make. But I think that Charlie that knows, I think, and then Charlie comes with his, glasses. Yeah. I still say when Charlie's with her, but he did take his glasses off.
He took his glasses off and he started being manipulative, didn't he? Like, wasn't it like when he took his glasses off is when he kind of started?
The demeanor changes. Yeah.
There's a difference.
He's the bad Charlie.
Definitely.
He's good Charlie when he has the glasses on. He's the nicer, kind of nerdy Charlie.
He's Gabi.
The sweet Charlie.
He's Charlie with an EE when he's evil, and he's Charlie when it's an IE when he's
with the Y. Yeah.
IE or EE. I don't know.
Oh, when you were saying about that, how the Gabi with the I and Gabi with the Y, Gabi ran into Chad in the town square, and Chad says, "Oh, I owe you an apology." He says, "Wait a minute, Gabi?" She says, "Yeah, it's just the one with the I, no Y or something. It's just her. This is just me now." Yeah. So he told Gabi, apologized to her, and said, and she was surprised, so she was wondering, well, why, why did she want to do that? So, but I thought that was kind of funny, the Gabi with the I and the Y. So, but the whole Charlie comes down with the glasses. I'm thinking that's the way to redeem him, is to integrate his personalities, which Marlena could do, or send him away for a while. Maybe he takes responsibility for what he did to Allie and comes back.
Yeah.
And and I can see Tripp maybe getting together with Allie. I can see that maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Claire.
After she hated him all that time, but then
all that
he's
time,
really a decent guy.
Yeah. So, a lot of people have to be apologized. Tripp, I'm waiting for that one.
And who was it?
Although Kayla did a little bit.
Who was having scenes with Allie like on Thursday, the ones that were interrupting our other stories. Ben, that's right.
Ben. Yeah, she was talking to Ben about she's now, because Rafe suggested about Marlena hypnotizing her. Why didn't they do that from the very start? We could have saved ourselves a lot of grief. Poor Tripp could have. Of course, nobody thought of it then.
Claire wouldn't have been
and when the fans are screaming, we're screaming at the TV, have Marlena hypnotize her like you did, Ben.
Or anybody but Marlena.
Yeah. Or anybody, yeah. So I guess we'll get more of the details there. She goes under hypnosis. So, and then we have.
Because in Marlena's defense, wasn't she dealing with her husband at the time? Wasn't John like he had gotten he was in the hospital and all that? So,
but nobody suggested it. Not even Kayla.
I know.
Nobody. Nobody.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Kayla was ready to give Kate's organs away before she was dead. So I don't know. I don't think I like Kayla, but I don't think I would trust her with my organs or anything.
I wouldn't trust any doctor there.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. The way they do things in Salem.
Definitely not Sarah. Definitely not Sarah Horton.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, that space cadet would probably leave. She'd probably be leaving surgical instruments in your body or something during surgery.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Sarah and Xander, we have Eli and Lonnie thinking Xander's the one that took the twins because of association of what he did before. So they called him in, questioned him, and all this. But they kind of figured it didn't make sense. They would have. If Xander would have taken the babies, the twin to give to Sarah, well, that didn't really happen. So, but then they kind of wanted Xander maybe to try to help because he knows this Dr. Raynard, and he didn't want to. And of course, Sarah does her little baby stuff and talks, more or less tells him he's going to do it. So we have that, and then we have the Philip, Chloe, and Brady, where Philip's being threatened by the mob again. And Chloe says, oh, well, he can hide out in my place. He can stay with me. Of course, Brady, being the rescuer he is, says, no, because he'll be put in danger. And Chloe's all in his face. You feel you have to rescue me, like you do every other woman that you're involved with.
Yeah.
So, and of course, that wouldn't go. I was waiting for Brady to say, or maybe he still will, well, why don't you just let Philip have your place and you can stay here with me and Rachel? Sure. I'm surprised he didn't say that, like move in with them, because that would make Kristen upset. So, but they haven't gone there. So, what did you think about that? I don't know. That'll happen or not. No. Because did you see in the previews, Brady gets shot.
Oh, boy.
And I think Brady gets shot protecting Chloe.
How many times has he gotten shot? How many times? I mean, he's already operating on somebody else's heart. I mean, come on.
And then there's a preview that Kristen takes Tony hostage.
Takes Tony?
Takes Tony hostage. And then what I've been what they're saying in the spoilers is because Tony comes and tells Kristen that Brady is shot. And she uses, of course, she has to get to Brady, so that's the way to get out of prison.
My God.
I don't know. That's just the spoilers that I've been seeing out there. So who knows where that's going to go. So, and let's see. We have. What did you guys think of Justin, Maggie, and Bonnie? It wasn't Maggie. Maggie was she was a mean Maggie. Maggie. Her claws came out.
I used to could not stand Bonnie except for when she became funny, like later on with Hattie.
Yes, of course.
But
trying to redeem her.
I really like that they're trying to redeem her, and she's become very rootable in my mind. And it's always nice to see. It's always nice to see Justin in a sweater and jeans, by the way.
Oh yes.
But I was enjoying that a lot. And then I loved how he's standing up for her, though. I really loved that. And then when he made the comment, he's like, look, I got to admit, after Maggie left the room, he goes, there have been a few times when I wanted to throw one of those things up against the wall.
Oh, yeah, when she threatened to put her figurines. Because that's Maggie and her figurines, yes. Yeah. You remember she was dusting them, or when? Oh, Sheila.
Yeah,
remember Sheila was always dusting the figurines, and she broke one. Yeah. And she, picked it up, and she says, "Well, the old Bonnie would have smashed this, but she wasn't going to do it. Being you get me so mad, and this is how I would react, but I'm not going to do it." And Justin did point out to Maggie, Maggie, you of all people, you always give people the benefit, second chances. You've given so many people second chances.
And I thought there for a minute Maggie was going to cave, but she didn't. Boy, she was like, do not mess with Maggie.
Yeah, because she got the soft look. She got the soft look on her face, and then she said, no, I'm done.
Do not mess with it.
She want
do
nothing
not mess
to do
with her figurines. She takes those things very seriously.
Wally
don't even threaten to throw them.
What's that?
Wally got yelled at an awful lot this week between General Hospital and Days.
Oh, yeah, he was on General Hospital too.
I haven't seen that, but the new episodes this week yet, so no spoilers.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to watch them this weekend. I mean, I know it's coming. I know it's coming, but I haven't actually seen them yet. But he's getting it in
General
stereo.
Hospital.
Yep,
and how we saw Bernie.
General Hospital.
What?
Yeah.
Too fun.
What?
And how in General Hospital, how we saw Bernie show up on Days of Our Lives. He's also showing up at General Hospital too.
Okay.
So he's been in in General Hospital too. He's all over the world anyway. Gotta laugh. It's the funniest thing. Which we all need a laugh right now.
Yes, we do.
Definitely. Yes, we do. And Bernie came to the rescue. Just love it. He's funny. The only thing I have to say about Bernie is he's sitting there with that warm jacket and those mittens, but where the hell was your hat? No, you're sitting there. It's supposed to be freezing out. You have no hat on. Any mother would have said, Bernie, where's your hat? So anyway. That was interesting. So anyway, I was trying to think any other things that are going on. With Xander, Xander was talking to Sarah or something, and they called Rafe or something in, trying to there was a threat or something about Philip. They wanted to turn him in, but couldn't say why or something. He must have said to Sarah about killing them or something. He says, "Well, can't we just rough him up a little bit?" Something I thought,
Yeah, that was funny.
But I still like Xander. Sarah, not so much, but I still like Xander. I love Xander.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they kind of redeemed him, but he still has he's still a bad boy. He's still like he has that little bit of that dark. Yes, he's gray. He has that dark side a little bit. So kind of Ben too. Ben can have go off the deep end sometimes.
What do you think they would pair him with though if they get rid of if Sarah, because Sarah is so annoying now. I just
I won't be surprised.
Would be happy if she were gone.
But she might be gone. I said I've heard some rumors that maybe she's not going to be around too long. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping that's the case. But
Gwen.
Oh gosh. Oh dear.
Yeah, Gwen. Chloe
I
even.
can totally see that.
I kind of saw somebody. I said Chloe. I thought too, or Gwen.
Possible.
Yeah. Possible. Yeah.
It would leave it to Xander to get in the middle of Brady and Philip's love interest.
Yeah. It's so funny how a character can just turn on you like that, Because I loved her when she first came on with Rex. I loved them two together, and I loved her at first with Xander, but not now like that.
Yeah. Now it's annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. I mean, I think I love
possibility.
Her haircut was the best thing. I mean, for her, that was really a cute haircut, but that's only really positive.
They were cute together. I remember when they first were real popular at Day of Days. They were so
the good girl and the good girl and the bad boy. But it's just that baby talk crap and stuff like that. And then really it's always like condescending to him. I don't know. It's just, I would be like, look, bitch. It's like, I don't think you know who you're dealing with here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it annoyed me when she was talking for him, and then she says, I have to translate for him sometimes or something. And I got it. I mean, it was kind of cute in that, like, he was like, well, then I don't think, if I'm not a suspect, then I don't need to stick around, right? And she's like, but you're going to, because you want them to find the babies. You know, like she was trying to, and that was kind of cute. If it hadn't been in the context of her doing it, like because of the way she's acted in the past, I would have thought it was kind of cute. Mm-hmm. But because it's just another way that she infantilizes him. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just drives me nuts. So, and not in a good way. But anyway, and it's a shame because they, like you said, like y'all said, they were a pretty good couple. But yeah.
And then just some other spoilers. I heard something about Eric sends divorce papers. I don't know. I heard that, or I heard he's supposed to be missing in a plane, like in a crash or something on his way home. So I don't know.
Lame.
They just have to have reasons to keep them apart.
That was just the worst exit. I've never been
just recast
them. And it was because they.
But it might not be the same. I don't know.
Mark Lawson would be
they
good.
Could recast them. They recast them before,
Yeah.
So, what's he, the second recast, I guess? They started out with
Jason Eccles, right?
Jason Eccles.
Is that the original?
Right. Yeah, other than like when he was a little kid, when Eric was little, I think Jensen was the first grown up.
Jensen.
Eric. Jensen, yeah. So
I don't know, but
and Sierra's back too. Victoria's coming back.
Oh,
Sierra's supposed to be alive, Sierra.
Oh,
Somebody's
shocking!
Being held somewhere.
I wonder, did anybody
we knew she was being held by Vincent, probably.
Let's say, anybody check out the Horton cabin? Is that where she's been the whole time?
Or the one they
keep burning down? The one they keep burning down? Like it's been burned down 3 times so far? No. Okay. All righty.
All right. That's about all I got too. I think we covered everything.
Any more coming
week, I guess.
Going?
What, Jen?
Coming and going?
Oh, who's goings? I don't know.
When does Linda
well, we still have to see Vivian
make
yet.
her appearance? Yeah, when does Linda
Yeah, she should be coming soon.
That should be interesting.
I would say. We saw Yvonne. I don't know. I was supposed to be going. I don't know how long. Tony and Anna might be around for a little bit yet.
I hope
so. As far as I know, there's still some more things coming up with them.
Oh, I hope they're on for a while. I just
wish they would move in. They just need to move in.
I know. Exactly.
Permanently.
Throw the rest of them out.
Yes. Throw the fake DiMeras out. Smart 2 DiMeras in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know who else is coming on. I don't know. Sammy's maybe will be back. Oh, there's I've heard rumors of an EJ recast. That's been out there for a long time. So I don't know. Sammy's supposed to come back again, and everybody keeps talking about an EJ recast. So, and I've seen different potential people out there that are rumored for that. So I don't know if that'll ever happen or not.
Yeah.
So some people want EJ back, but some people don't want him back unless it's James Scott, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Is he still acting?
What's that? I don't think he's even acting. I don't think.
No. Isn't he like in Thailand or something? Isn't he in like Thailand or something or somewhere? I don't know.
I don't know. He's kind of reclusive or whatever. You don't hear too much. I don't know. I don't hear too much. I don't see too much. I don't know. So that could be another possibility. Maybe some grown-up kids. I don't know. Johnny never did come back. I don't remember that was a rumor where we thought he was coming back, but one of the twins were supposed to.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, so. Oh, well. That's all I got then.
Okay.
Hey,
we'll have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.